My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are going to do an Akashic reading. Now, it's going to be a combination of mediumship and the tarot. So the first thing I'm going to do, I don't want to get corrupted by the cards. I want the vision to be pure. I'm going to go into the Akasha and I'm going to ask, what do we need to know about your soul contract with your person right now? Okay. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'm just going to explain how I see the Akasha. If you're an oldie goldie, just bear with me and I'll be a little patient because they need to know what I'm saying. Okay, so I see the Akasha as a huge golden pyramid, and I have access to two parts on that pyramid. Underneath the pyramid, which is where I call the crystal library, and this is where all our past life memories or future timelines, because we don't know if it's past or future or whether it's coexisting timelines, whatever you want to call it, however we conceptualize it. They're all stored in these Star of David crystals that they're big like my hand palm. And when I connect my third eye to it, it opens up in a V shape and I see a vision. Now, I have access to two parts of the crystal library. One is the usual part, which is run by beings I call the guardians. They're just basically like big balls of white light. They don't have sex, they don't have gender, just warm, loving light. They kind of, if you've seen an oversoul before, that's exactly how they look like. And then there's the Hall of Celestials, which is run by ETs, and that is all memories on other planets. And we've all had past lives on multiple other planets, okay? All right, and then the other part of the Akasha that I have access to is the top of the Akasha, which is where Anubis rules. And this is the gateway to the underworld if I have to do any kind of soul retrieval. And it is also the gateway to the contract office, which is where our contracts are stored. Now remember, spirit, your spirit guide, spirit team, council of light, they're always going to show you the Akasha in a way that you can understand. So even though I am seeing it like a pyramid, you may see it like an ocean, and maybe you have to deep dive at the bottom of the ocean to get it. They're always going to use symbology that you are going to understand. So this is just how it has been communicated to me, or it is being communicated to me by my guides. Okay, so just go getting into theta state. Okay, and just call in my main guide near to me and setting the intention that you are 100% grounded, because when I do this, you're also coming on this journey with me as well. Okay, so we're just going to go down these 10 slate steps, and they're stone slate steps, and even though they're stone, they're pretty warm. And now that we have gotten to the bottom of the steps, we come to an amethyst crystal door. Now I'm going to scan my third eye here because that's where my Akashic Library card is stored. And as I scan my third eye, the door opens and we are greeted by one of the guardians. Okay, they're saying what we need today is on aisle 9. Okay, I like to write this down. Aisle 9, and of course 9 is of course hermit, inner reflection, inner journey. And it's also the energy of being okay with you, right? Being okay to be by yourself, right? That's the kind of energy, self-contained. Okay, so they're saying the crystal that we need to look at today is crystal 92217. Okay, so that's 13, 14. Well, now that's 21. And 21 is, of course, the world card, which is the completion of a cycle. And 21 also reduces to 3, which is, of course, the energy of the Empress. But it's also the energy of third parties, right? And collaborations. A triad or triangle. Okay. So let me just look at this crystal now. What is this? The year is 1681. And they're showing me a couple living in a kind of, it's a secluded area, okay? It's not woodsy. They have a kind of farm, and there's no one else for like miles around. Nobody else for miles around. It's a very large farm, okay? So they have a lot of acreage, but it doesn't look like that a lot of acreage translates into a lot of money or being wealthy. Not from what I'm seeing. In fact, when we go inside the home, they're showing us inside the home is very kind of frugal. Okay. I'm strange. Okay. Yeah. So though they're living frugal, they're showing me a room where they're basically like gold coins stacked up. So I guess my first impression was wrong. So they're hoarding this. They're hoarding this money. Well, it looks like the guy is hoarding this money. He's kind of tight-fisted. And in fact, this tight-fistedness is the source of contention for a lot of their arguments. Because I'm seeing her, she's like slamming this like a kind of tin cup. She's slamming it on the ground. Why do we living like this? Blah, 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 blah. This is not what she signed up for. So it looks like she entered into this marriage thinking that, you know, he has this massive farm. Okay, maybe he has a nice small house now. But, you know, when I get my hands on that money, this is what the kind of improvements that we're going to do. And it looks like she had a plan. Okay, it looks like she had a plan. And it's not a far-fetched plan because it looks like he has money, right? So she's thinking she could make all these big improvements and it just did not happen. And of course, resentment builds. Okay, she's resentful that of course her expectations and dreams didn't come true. And he's also resentful that he's nagging her, that she's nagging him about what he considers to be his money, which of course it is. But I mean, they're married, right? So they go back and forth, resentment is building, that kind of thing. Anywho's, someday she sets off, she's going on her weekly journey. She's driving this like a wagon net kind of thing. There's no covering for the wagon. She's going to market. They've just had a big, massive argument. And she's really pissed because this is not what she envisioned. This is not her dream. Goes there and the guy selling in one of the stores, it looks like he's selling turnips or beets or something like that. One of the stalls really catches her eye. I don't know if he catches her eye because she's angry or if he just catches her eye. You understand what I'm saying? They strike up a conversation and soon it becomes a weekly thing where she goes. She doesn't talk about her marriage or anything like that. She goes, they chat, they flirt. You know, she feels good about herself. It's escape for the moment. And very soon, she's timing it when he's packing up his stall and they're going on little picnics, that kind of thing. And of course, we know what happened. They're having this full-blown affair. That's a love affair. And even though he has a smaller plot of land than the other guy, and to me, his house looks even more frugal than theirs, she's happy there. So her issue is not with him, her husband, not spending the money. That's not the root of the issue. The issue is she's just not in love with her husband. But she thought, okay, well, she'd be able to use the money, so that would have been compensation for her pains, right? But she's quite happy to be with this other guy who has less than her husband. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that, you know, there's meant to be some sort of integrity in the situation. If that is your choice, is where your heart aligns, then aligns. But she basically like plays both of them off, her heart in one place, her money in the other. And in the end, they basically duel and both get injured, both get gangrene, and they both perish. They both perish. And of course, the guilt, the shame, all of that. I mean, she now has the money for herself, and yet she wants none of it. And she basically dies from heartbreak. So just a sad situation all around. Okay. All right. So we are going to keep this vision in mind. Let me just write down key points so I remember everything. So we had a third party there. We had hoarding or the material world. We had love coming through. Just the main themes I remember. Integrity, especially emotional integrity. And of course we have guilt and shame. All right. And whatever else you got from that vision. So I'm going to put this crystal back. And just going to thank the guardians for showing us this today. We're going to close back the door. Go back up the stairs to ground level. Sorry guys, every time when I do this for people, I say let's come back to a conscious awareness. I have a big yawn, like I'm coming back. All right, so we're gonna keep that vision in mind, and let's get into the tarot now. Let us see if the tarot now backs up what we saw in the Akasha. Okay, so the first thing we're going to ask is about the foundation of your contract with this person. Basically, at this time, and it's not going to be the whole contract, it's the key points that are relevant right now. Okay, so let's have a look. The key points that are relevant right now. What you guys are powering through right now. Underneath the deck, we have a number 9 card. All right, so it already started to line up, and it's Archangel Michael. And you know, Michael is all about the sword of truth. He's all about protection. And I'm just going to turn it upright so you can see the image properly. Okay, it is masculine and feminine energy, but return to their original position of innocence. Okay, now this card, even though Archangel Michael is not associated with heart healing per se, in this deck, it is associated with heart healing. It's also associated with restoration. So it looks like there's some sort of message or theme about you guys healing your heart in this lifetime. Okay, doing that inner work to really move into that hermit's energy. That hermit's energy, where you're knowledgeable about self, where you're accepting of self, and where you're aligning to your core truths and beliefs. Okay, it is a return to innocence. Okay, so this is how you start off on this journey, and at the end of it, this is where you're meant to be. Okay, so let's put that back in reverse. Okay, so let's look. What is the foundation of your contract with this person? We have a fated meeting. Okay, and it's a card number 7, the Chariot. So this is something orchestrated by the divine. You were meant to meet this person. Okay, at the appointed hour, you were meant to meet this person. Look, we have here. The hour is 12. Not 12 midnight. That looks like noon, right? At the appointed hour, you were meant to meet this person. So everything that is happening should be happening, and you met your person when you were supposed to meet them. And this is something that was orchestrated by your higher selves out there. They are always in union, but they brought you guys together. Okay, so we have number 7. What else? We have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And Queen of Pentacles represents the karmic energy of avarice. Okay, her and King of Pentacles in reverse. And this is about hoarding. It's about, having a really unbalanced relationship with the material world, whether it is that you're spendthrift, whether you're hoarding, whether you use the material world to escape. That's what it talks about. It's also about feeling ungrounded within self, so you try to find things outside of yourself that make you feel secure and stable, quite frankly, just like the guy that we saw hoarding the money in the vision. So already we have confirmation of the themes from the vision. What else is coming through here? We have the 4 of Cups, and it says views of the ego. Okay, so it looks like in this lifetime you guys are meant to take a really long, hard look at self, and particularly your ego itself. And the ego is that wall that you build around your true self in order to hide your core. Okay, so we have 4 of Cups. And then we have Archangel Gabriel, the messenger. And it's the card number 3. And 3 came out. We had 21 reducing to 3 as well. Okay. So in this lifetime, you guys are meant to return to Empress energy, which is having a healthy connection with the material world, being a creator, not a consumer of resources, and also tapping in to your higher self and heeding the call of the divine. Okay, these are the major themes that are meant to come through. So what we have already, it's meant to be a fated meeting. Okay, a love match, a love connection. You guys are meant to power through and collapse the ego. You're meant to collapse any sort of energy related to an unbalanced relationship with the material world, and you're also meant to heed the call of the divine and step onto your life purpose. And you do that by stepping into Empress energy. And Empress energy is a creator, not a consumer. And Empress energy is also about being receptive to spirit and receptive to the messages that spirit is going to bring. Now, traditionally, let me see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because traditionally, Archangel Gabriel is, oh, is it rough? Yeah, Gabriel is about heart healing. Yeah, it's about heart healing. It is about healing the heart. So again, that theme is also coming through. Remember, she's heartbroken. Everybody's kind of heartbroken in a situation. So everybody, it looks all, so if you're in a third party situation, this is going to resonate, because it looks like all 3 parties are meant to heal their heart in this lifetime, because all of them deserve love. Okay, and they can only heal when they listen to the call of their higher self, and when they come into alignment with their highest truth and their highest purpose. Okay, so we've gotten confirmation of all the messages and the vision that we saw. So I'm glad that we are definitely in alignment here. Now we're going to ask. So that's the foundation of the contract. This is what's coming into view now: the material world, heart healing, and the collapse of the ego. What lessons or blessings is each counterpart enjoying at this time or learning? Okay. All right. We have medicine man or woman. So it looks like both of them are embracing their spiritual gifts, and especially their healing gifts. So it looks like in this lifetime, they're meant to heal their heart and embrace complete healing by also healing others. I am also getting as well, at this time, both of you might be getting a lot of clairvoyant dreams. Okay, that's meant to point you guys into the right direction. So you'd want to keep a little dream notebook, or I keep my phone right next to my pillow, and as soon as I wake up, to go to the bathroom or whatever during the night, I write that down because I know I'm not going to remember, right? So your dreams are going to be key at this time, but it is about both of them stepping onto their purpose, and it looks like they are both healers. Okay. All right. So divine feminine is going to be on this side. What is divine feminine? Healing or learning at this time. Where is she in this contract? What's she healing at this time? We have galactic, okay? Recognizing that she is a starseed. And in this deck, galactic here means that you have a dual mission. You have a mission to heal yourself, but also to be a healer to others. And we already got that message. What else? I'm also getting as well, she's enjoying the love and support and guidance of Star Family at this time. So if you've been getting a lot of readings coming up on your feed about Star Seeders and your galactic family, that is just them letting you know that they are there supporting you and that you can call on them anytime you need it. What lessons or blessings is divine feminine learning at this time? We have mother. Okay, so there's a mother wound that is coming up for healing. Now, when we have mother wounds, it affects our ability to receive. It affects our ability to receive love from others, and it affects our ability to receive from the universe. So it kind of distorts our intuition, and it also distorts our relationship with the material world. So this is what Spirit is prompting the divine feminine to heal at this time. So whether your mother, and it could be the person that modeled the feminine energy to you, so they don't necessarily have to be in a female body, okay? So whether your mother is still here incarnated or they have transitioned, it looks like there's some outstanding business that Spirit is asking you to wrap up at this time. Some sort of lesson here, some sort of wound, Spirit is asking you to make peace with that because it is affecting your ability to really step onto your path and to really trust your intuition. What is divine masculine learning, or what blessings is he enjoying right now? We have transportation. He's learning a lesson about letting go and moving on. Okay, I'm gonna pull a card on this and see what this is all about. But this is about forward movement. I'm feeling chariot energy with this, and mainly because we got that 7 that came out before. Okay, so it looks like he's a chariot. He's learning how to let go and to let divine. Okay, he's learning that he deserves to be seen. He's learning that, if he wants to get anywhere, he also has to put this energy in there. He can't just wait on someone to come and save him. He has to take control of his life. Now, this is also my card of the abandonment wound. Okay, and for some reason my voice is just going. It's the card of the abandonment wound, and it could be the abandonment of self. Okay, abandonment of self to people please, staying in dysfunctional relationships, and again, abandoning self to stay there. Okay, just because you don't want to be alone. But we know in this lifetime, one of the things that we're meant to embrace is being comfortable with you and you alone. Okay, so this is a lesson that he's learning. I'm still gonna pull a card on that for you. What else is happening? What lesson is he in learning, or what blessing is he enjoying right now? We have unrequited love. This is what he's healing. Feeling unlovable. Okay, feeling not good enough. Okay, for whatever reason. And again, I really do feel, you see this transportation card? It's an abandonment wound. I'm not even going to bother to clarify. It is being abandoned. Okay. So in the vision that we had before, I feel like the masculine energy that you are aligned with now was the person who was hoarding the finances in the vision. And it looks like they were doing it, one, because they felt unsafe within their body, and because they felt good, they didn't feel good enough. And then you might have been the person doing the abandoning. So this abandonment wound that they have, that has made them stay in all sorts of toxic situations and that has made them feel unlovable, does not come from this lifetime. Thank you for that confirmation, phone. Does not come from this lifetime. It comes from that lifetime that we just saw. So they're still one of the reasons why they hesitate to come towards you is that their DNA remembers that abandonment. They have to heal that before they feel safe. Yes. They have to heal that before they feel safe. So you chose someone over them in a previous lifetime. You abandoned them. Okay? Made them feel not good enough. So if in this lifetime your person has chosen someone else, it looks like that is how the scales are being balanced. Both of you guys are being triggered right now to heal. And if they are healing abandonment, maybe so are you with this mother energy here. So whether your mother abandoned you, maybe she passed away when you were very young, or maybe she passed away when you were older, but you still feel that sense of loss, okay? Maybe your mother was emotionally checked out when you were young and couldn't support you the way that they wanted to. Maybe you grew up in a foster care system, whatever. It looks like, I feel like this abandonment wound is what you guys are healing right now. Both of you. So you guys are focusing on self-love, but you're also being asked to look at the root cause of not feeling good enough. And it looks like it's an abandonment wound with your mother. But Spirit is saying this did not start in this lifetime. It started in the lifetime that we saw. Because when we think about the persons who are married, the wife felt unsupported by the husband, right? She had needs that he wasn't fulfilling. And the husband felt unsupported by his wife. They had needs. He had needs that she wasn't fulfilling. He didn't feel supported by her. He felt invalidated by her, right? And then we saw her trying to get these needs met with someone else. But in this lifetime, you're meant to get these needs met within yourself before thinking of merging with someone else. So both of you guys are healing an abandonment wound right now. Okay, thank you. All right. So where are you guys currently in this current contract? In this contract. Where are you guys currently in this contract? Divine Feminine. You are exactly where you're meant to be. You are the oracle. Okay? Remember, part of this contract, you're meant to hear the call of spirit. Okay? You're meant to be this Empress energy. You're meant to be a healer. You're meant to collapse the ego. You're meant to balance your relationship with the material world. So you are there on point, on top of the world. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You are your own magician. Let's see Divine Masculine. We have the Three of Wands and we have the Bird's Nest. Okay. Three of Wands, he's waiting. He's waiting. It looks like he's in some sort of family setup here. Okay? In some sort of family setup. He's waiting. I'll pull a card on it for you. He's waiting. It could also be that he's also healing some wounds within his family. Let me get clarity on that for you guys, because this is pretty clear. You are there and it looks like you're just waiting. Hello. Hello. Spirit, tell us about this bird's nest. What's happening in the bird's nest? We have 10 of Swords. Okay. So it looks like he's in a kind of home situation that is about to come to an end. Okay. There's been some sort of betrayal in this home, in this bird's nest here. And big change is coming because they're showing me now this butterfly. So it looks like your person put a lot of effort and energy into, it looks like building a home. Okay, it could be with someone else, or it could have been they put their effort or energy into their career and really trying to make themselves as comfortable, cushy, and content as possible. But it looks like this has come to an end. There's been some sort of betrayal here, and this was meant to happen so that your person could focus on healing their heart. Okay, Spirit is saying this is the balancing of the scales here. Okay, so from what I'm seeing here, everybody is where they're meant to be. Your person is healing their heart, which is part of the contract, and you are already in position. You are in alignment, because that's what the magician does. He gets himself into alignment for manifestation. So you are in alignment, but your person, it looks like they are doing that heart healing process. Okay, so they're just one step behind you, because you can't be in alignment and be the magician without healing the heart. The heart is a gateway to the upper chakras. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to the extended, and what I'm going to ask in the extended is where you guys will be a year from now with this current energy. Okay, the highest outcome of this contract based on the current energy, advice to get into alignment or to stay in alignment. I'm going to get messages from your person, and then final advice from your higher self. Now, if you can't join me in the extended, okay, maybe you're meant to have this card, feeling unwanted. Okay, so you are also healing unrequited love. We're going to put this here because you're meant to get that, right? So the message is in alignment. But if you can't join me in the extended, let me give you some advice. So it looks like I see you healing that mother wound, but you're healing some feeling of being unwanted by the mother energy. And you have to heal this. What's the advice for you? Underneath the deck, it says, let two become one. Okay, don't fight this. Spirit saying, let two become one. All right. And there's a kind of, that let says to me, allow. So I don't think you are meant to be doing anything except focusing on your healing. I don't think there's any action that you need to take on your part. It says, embrace the masculine. Okay, and then remember the card underneath the deck is let two become one. And it's a card number 11. Okay, so Spirit is saying here, this is not time to push your person away by giving in to the fears and the views of the ego. This is a time to get into your heart space and to be as balanced as possible. Just be the Empress. The Empress does not chase and she does not run. She sits down there, right there on the stool, right? And she does her thing. She is the oracle, right? She is the oracle and she concentrates on being the oracle, right? And they're saying embrace the masculine. So this is not time to run from this connection, push your person away. This is a time to just be and stay in balance. Keep your own self on an evil keel whilst your person goes through this healing process that they must go through in order to be on your level. Okay, so if this feels like what you've been getting, join me next minute and I'm going to go through the items I just described. Okay, my loves, that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Grateful for all your likes, shares, subscribes, dislikes. They all help the channel grow. Take care. Much love. Bye.